Welcome back to Algebra 1. We're now going to move on to one of the next fairly large groups of curved lines, which are called polynomials. We're also going to add and subtract polynomials. When we add polynomials, we tend to have them start out with parentheses, but these parentheses really aren't necessary, are they? I'm not going to change anything. I don't have to distribute. So I don't need the parentheses. I always take a look at them. I go, okay, they aren't necessary. So my first step would be get rid of the parentheses. In addition, in subtraction, we have one step before that. Once we do that, there's two different ways that we can take a look at this. One of the things that we often will do is write out our polynomial kind of in standard form, and put the first term first. Second term would go right with that. That's the x squared. And x in the first term, I don't have a constant. That's okay. And what I'm going to do is add the second one. I'm just going to make sure that I line up everything in the correct place, keeping the signs with them. So down here, I'm going to have an x squared. The x cubed is going to go here, and I can go ahead and have plus signs on both of those. And this -1 does not go with the x, so I can put it out on the edge, and I have addition. So I just add each of the terms that have like terms. Another thing that we often call this is combine like terms. That's what we're doing. So here we end up with 3x cubed. -5 plus 2 is -3. Keep our variable. We have nothing to add to this, and we have nothing to add to this. So there we have combined like terms. The second way that we do addition, we first look and notice, okay, don't need the parentheses, so we're going to get rid of the parentheses. If I have anything to distribute, I have to do that before I get rid of the parentheses. Now the other way that I can combine like terms is I just look at where they are and I go, okay, the highest power is x squared, so I'm going to go, this guy goes with this one here. Notice I'm taking the sign. And that's going to give me 4x squared. And I'm going to look for my x's. Here's my x. And sometimes I have a different symbol that I use underneath it just to keep track. Okay, those are both positive. That's going to give me 5x. And then my last term, notice the negative goes with this. -6 plus 10. That's going to give me +4. I do not care which of these two methods you use. Whichever one helps you keep track of the signs, do it correctly. I personally prefer the second one because it's less writing. Now in subtraction, the very first thing we have to do is distribute the negative sign. So this negative sign needs to be distributed to all three of these. It's not getting distributed to the first term, so in the first term, I'm just going to rewrite the first term, second term, and now when I distribute, negative times negative is positive, 2n squared. Negative times positive is negative, and negative times negative is positive. We change the subtraction to an addition problem. Then when we combine like terms, first term has to go with this. Both are positive, so I have 6 squared. I only have one n by itself. And my last two terms go together SA9, and we are done. So if you are taking a look at the second method, I can get rid of these sets of parentheses right here. But the second set, nope, got to distribute. This negative goes to all three of these. That's going to give me negative 3x squared. Negative times negative is a positive x. And negative times negative is a positive 8. So I lined them up without having to rewrite everything. And now it's a big old add. So I end up with x squared. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. And these are both positive, 13. So there we go with addition and subtraction. There are quite a few times when we don't have every single term, and there's nothing wrong with that. We tend to have an easier time adding or subtracting when they're in standard form. Let's take a look at problem 11. I'm going to get rid of the parentheses on the first set, and they look okay as they are. I need to distribute here. That's going to give me negative 3k squared and plus 6. If I'm going to line these guys up, my first term, I don't have anything in between these, so this is degree 1, this is degree 0. But then when I go to line this guy up, there's nothing that it goes with. It actually has to go out in front. There's nothing to go underneath here. This would go here. That's actually going to show me how I'm combining terms. I end up with negative 3k squared minus k plus 11. And that would be my final term.